Did you guys watch the NBA draft back in June? Victor Wembanyama was, of course, selected number 1 overall, and if you've been watching him, he looks like a surefire generational talent. But what a lot of people don't know is that his teammate in the French League last year was drafted several picks later at number 7. He plays for the Washington Wizards, and his name is Bilal Coulibaly. And if you don't know who he is right now, then you will soon enough. He's coming into this NBA season as the league's 3rd youngest player. And if you watch him out there on the court, wow, I am pretty blown away. He looks like he could be the steal of the draft.
What's going on, guys? Thanks for checking out the channel today. My name is Troy, and this is the Half Court Report. Hey, appreciate the love on my last video, and welcome to all the new subscribers to the channel. They are here because they love the freshest NBA news and content that you're going to find on YouTube. So if that's your thing too, why don't you click that like button and go ahead and hit subscribe too. You don't want to miss out.
So who is Bilal Coulibaly? Well, I am here to educate. Bilal stands 6'7", he weighs about 200 pounds, and he has a 7'2" wingspan. That allows him to play much bigger than he actually is. He's actually pretty close in size to guys like Kawhi Leonard and OG Anunoby. And guys, get this, I've actually seen in a few different spots where he is getting comparisons to a wing version of Giannis Antetokounmpo. And a big reason for that is because of Bilal's versatility on the floor. After he was drafted, a reporter asked him, what positions can you play in the NBA? And along with small forward, he said he would be comfortable at either guard spot, point guard or shooting guard. Now, I think with Coulibaly's height and athleticism, he'll be most effective long-term at that 3 spot, but him playing at the guard positions could do wonders for his development. And this is actually pretty similar to the path the Milwaukee Bucks took with Giannis when he was younger. Early in his career, Giannis was placed at the point guard spot, and this allowed him to grow as a playmaker while also giving him time to put on muscle and bulk up before transitioning to play the 4. Even today, you'll see Giannis initiate the offense sometimes, even though his full-time position is in the front court. So I think the Wizards could use the same training method with Coulibaly. He's only 18 years old, and in all likelihood, this guy is still growing. It's not crazy to think that in a few years, he could be 6'9" and around 230 pounds. Talk about an absolute beast. And in the meantime, he can get some reps at the guard spots, while Tyus Jones and DeLon Wright serve as the veterans. This would be a crucial part of BC's development, as one of the biggest weaknesses in his game is his inability to find teammates. Ultimately, though, I feel like Coulibaly is in the perfect spot with the Wizards as they undergo a rebuild. It is the best situation for him to learn, make mistakes, and grow, all while getting big minutes. He's also the highest upside player on the Wizards roster. So for anyone who thought he was drafted just so he could spend some time in the G League, think again. This guy is going to get a lot of chances in his rookie year. Going into the draft, scouts noted the potential defensive impact that Coulibaly could bring from day one. He seems to be living up to the billing. Much of his immediate impact stems from his on-ball defense. Opposing teams are going to have to learn to keep their handle tight while being guarded by Bilal. Additionally, with his explosiveness and length, I think that BC could even be matched up against point guards. Since he's still gaining weight, the league's stronger players, of course, are going to try to impose their will physically on him. But nonetheless, I see Coulibaly as an NBA-level defender from the jump, who is already ahead of the curve. He has all defense-level talent in that area. And on the offensive end, the open floor provides BC the best chance to rack up points this year. Watching his highlights from France, you'll notice that he is a capable finisher and can easily get out in transition for an athletic dunk. Like a lot of young players, his shooting does need to improve, but by all accounts, Coulibaly has a great work ethic. So, if he can become a reliable three-point shooter in the coming years, he has all the makings of a superstar. This guy is the definition of the high-risk, high-reward type of player. Again, all very similar to the path Giannis took. Similarities in their playing styles. They both play very hard. They love running the floor. They love pushing the pace. They have a nice arsenal of Euro steps and finishes around the rim. And like Coulibaly, Giannis is a great defender too. He'll switch out on the perimeter and also defend smaller players as well. The first few seasons were a struggle on the offensive end for Giannis, and I think Coulibaly could follow a similar trajectory, but all the tools are there. Check out what NBADraftRoom.com said of Bilal Coulibaly. They're also one of the outlets to give him that baby Giannis comparison. They said, Coulibaly is an upside athlete with awesome physical tools. He's long, springy, he's a bouncy athlete with great open court speed and above the rim ability. His game is raw and unrefined, but he's starting to put it all together, and that's translating to nice numbers in one of the top leagues in France. On the offensive end, Coulibaly is a slasher, cutter, and instinctive scorer. He's developing the ball handling and driving ability to take advantage of his impressive speed, and he loves to get downhill and has impressive deceleration ability, allowing the defender to fly by before going up to score. And as I mentioned, NBA Draft Room agrees that his outside shooting is an area that will need improvement, but he can hit the three, but just needs to speed up his shot and make it more consistent. And back to defense, he's a versatile, disruptive defender who uses his elite athletic tools and crazy length to pester ball handlers and disrupt passing lanes. All in all, does a great job of fighting over screens, gives great effort on that end. He easily passes the eye test by the way he glides around the floor with his smooth athleticism and making players look like they're moving in slow motion. In summary, they say, Coulibaly has a chance to be special. So in terms of who BC could be if he puts it all together, besides Giannis Antetokounmpo, I've heard some other names. Worst case scenario would be someone like Derrick Jones Jr., Just like Coulibaly, Jones is a forward with a long wingspan and a wiry frame, but he's pretty limited offensively. I think Bilal has a higher ceiling in that area. Rockets forward Tari Eason could be another comp. Both have pretty similar measurements. They're both good defenders and they both play hard, but I do think Coulibaly has better potential as a shooter. And I mentioned OG Anunoby earlier in this video. If that is Coulibaly's ceiling, then that is fantastic because OG is an out-of-this-world defender and improved shooter who's going to sign a massive contract this offseason. OG is the perfect complement to a team that already has a couple of all-stars. But guys, here's the thing. I think Bilal Coulibaly could be even better than that. That's what I think, but be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments. I've been calling him BC a lot in this video, so if you have a good nickname for him, let me know that too. And since you've watched this far, be sure to drop a like for the YouTube algorithm. Click that subscribe button too so you never miss another NBA video. I guess I got a thing for French players. I don't know. I did a whole video breaking down Victor Wembanyama and what I expect from him this rookie season. Be sure you check that out. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you next time on the Half Court Report.